Mike Carey here, and you're listening to the So We Don't Forget podcast. And there you go.
And welcome to So We Don't Forget, the podcast where two siblings talk about so we don't forget. I'm Felicia.
And I'm Jeremy. And we have a special guest.
Alexandria.
There you go. We totally are doing this for the second time because I didn't press record on the video.
He said, I got to get up and push record and didn't, and nobody even noticed. So
No.
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? So as you can see, this is actually a different,
Very different
studio than we normally have.
That's right.
Because we were on vacation in lovely Windsor, California. Windsor, Canada. Sorry.
Ontario,
You
Canada.
can't really see behind us because we actually need the outside light for us. Alexandra said before she wanted to join in this podcast, and then when it was time, she said, I want to go ride a scooter instead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did say
I
that.
am obsessed with these bird scooters they have over here.
They're awesome.
They are nice. They're probably going to go ride them after this, actually.
Yes.
So yeah, we've been here for a few days now.
Absolutely.
Today is our actual normal recording day. We didn't think we were going to do that, but like we've been busy this vacation. We've been doing like
Lots.
so much stuff. Obviously, we're not going to cover everything today because
No, that'll be next week's episode.
gosh, it's almost like I don't even know. Like it might even obviously we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it next week. But I'm like, it might even end up being 2 episodes because one the food and one the activities we did.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I didn't write anything down. So
I have like a list. We did a lot of stuff. We ate a lot of stuff.
I know like the basics that we did. Well, not basics, but like the bullet points, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Also, there's only one camera shot for this because we were in a hotel room and I didn't want to bring a 3-camera shoot into this. So.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. We decided not to do that. Obviously, I'm wearing my new hat.
Me too.
All of us are wearing new hats. Yeah, my Canada hat. Team Canada because of the Olympics. Got this actually. It's a Lululemon hat.
Yeah, mine's not. Mine's a Titleist Canada hat that Felicia put out when we went to Golf Town. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy it. So I did.
I almost bought that hat, and then I ended up not because I'm like, no, Jeremy got it. And I was like, I don't know. And then we were in Devonshire Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And I
on our list.
went into Lululemon and I saw this, and I found out trucker hats fit my head way better, way
She's
more
been saying it
comfortable.
all day ever since that happened.
I can't stop saying it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about what we've done so far a little bit. I can tell you because I'm looking at it. We bought a case of Pure Life water when we first got here.
Yes, we did.
Pure Life water here in Canada is spring water, and it's not. What is ours?
Ours is purified.
Purified water is
That's the goat.
it's the goat, and
Best there ever was and ever will be.
spring water tastes like sink water that someone put in their mouth and spit back in there.
Yes.
I've been trying to still at least drink like one a day, but it's a struggle to get through that.
It's a chore.
Yeah, it really is. I only use it to take my medicine. That's about.
I didn't
it
even look to see it because I was just like, oh, Pure Life, yeah, that's purified water, but no, it's not.
No, it's not. And we found out that last time we came to Canada too.
I forgot. Also, their Diet Coke is different.
Yeah, because it's Diet Coke diet. It says.
Oh yeah, Diet Coke diet. Well,
Diete.
it's in French.
I don't know if it's actually Diente. That's a shout out to Tatiana, who is watching Felicia's dogs.
Yeah, and Kitty Cat. So thank you. She's watching almost all
She
the.
gets repeated pictures throughout the day, and Mr. Oliver actually woke up his Aunt Tanya the other day at 6:30 a.m. and she was very happy about it.
Yeah, she
told him
was.
to go back to bed, and he would not. And then he was upset later in the day. Said, "You guys woke me up so early. I'm so tired."
Yeah, he is sensitive. He's a sensitive boy.
Sensitive little baby boy.
But
Yeah. So
He's
did you want
having
to
fun.
talk about this stuff, or do you want to do comments? I do have the comments.
oh yeah,
up.
we can get through the comments.
All right, which is good because normally we're like, "What the is Boo talking about?" We have her next.
Today I can
next time.
update you.
Yeah.
All right. So first is Alexandria Leach. First, and happy birthday, Jamal. Then Karina, happy birthday, Jamal. Then Karina says, how did you hurt your back at the golf range? There's been a rumor circulating around. Can you clarify that? Yeah, I was. Karina said early flights are the best. By the way, I'm 100% joking. I actually did. I was trying to show off. If I'm honest, I was trying to show off to some kids because they're annoying me. So I swung as hard as I could because there was turkeys out there. And the next day I was like, I should not have done this.
Real
But
turkeys.
it's okay now, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd say it's about 95%. There's still a little bit where I'm randomly like, holy but I'm okay.
He's doing all right.
Then Karina said it was fine, not fine, LOL. She said you should take the train. We haven't taken the train just because of the amount of money it would cost Didn't really make sense.
Yeah, it was more than we thought. And you kind of have to plan it out more like, okay, the leaves in there. We ended up just driving to London.
Yeah, which was fun.
Spoiler alert.
Let's go to London.
I took some nice naps on the way there.
Yes, we did. And I did not get car sick. That's a whole other thing we'll get into. Then she said, Felicia, that's a cute tattoo idea for your wrist. That's because you were talking about how you want Chloe on your wrist.
Thank you.
Then she said, make a public podcast, Jeremy. You never know. It can make you famous. That is true. Mm-hmm. Then she said, hey, Carissa, welcome to the pod. Yes, Carissa, if you're here again, you should absolutely
Hopefully
comment.
you're watching, listening.
Yep. Then Alexandra, I don't know who that lady is. She said, I hate when kids sneeze or cough in my face, even with my mask on. Do you, or you actually love it?
No. Of course I hate it, Jeremy.
Talk to the microphone, please.
Sorry, I'm forgetting the placement. Hopefully this is all edited in post. Thank you,
Hopefully.
Jeremy.
She said, Jeremy's back. Thanked us for not having him golf before vacation. I'll be honest. I have plans to go golf with the boys on Saturday. And then I woke up, my back was sore. I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
He said I can't possibly.
I have plans with them this past weekend. We'll see if I don't know if it's going to happen because it's when we get home this weekend, but we'll see. Honestly, it probably won't happen. Which on Monday, who knows? Maybe then the boys will comment, so Jeremy already stiffed us. He wasn't going to go.
We'll see.
I hope we get to go. And then she said, Alexandra said, waking up early on vacation is a different type of waking up. That is true. Then she said, we have been eating. Jeremy has yet to fly the drone. Oh, this is all today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't flown the drone yet.
He hasn't. But,
No
okay,
drone.
wait.
But
What
there's
if,
reasons.
can you bring a backpack when we fly? Do the scooters? What if you end up doing it a little bit?
I thought of it, but the last couple of times we went, it's been pretty windy down there, but I'm thinking I might bring the backpack the next time.
Do you think you can do, the thing is, can you do it because it's so close to by the border?
I'm saying, I looked, you can do it, but it's got to be so close to the border, but the river or the lake we're next to is either a half a mile or up to 2.5 miles. It's definitely not 2.5 miles here. I'd say probably about a mile and a half.
So you think you could do it?
I think it would be close. I could try.
Could you imagine they start pulling up?
Yeah. Well, if it's too close, they won't even let you fly.
I just scoot away.
Oh, it's automatic?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, perfect. You ain't got to worry about it.
Then Alexander said, Felicia is the best travel planner, VIP experiences, adult-filled trip. That sounds wild.
Yeah, that's a
Amazing food, amazing coffee, and countless experiences. Karina commented.
Thank you.
That's what I told Doug. I like going on vacation with all of you. I feel like we saw and did a lot. There was still a lot we didn't even get to do on that vacation. That was the one where they got engaged.
Yeah, there was a lot. I obviously write stuff down. Usually I write stuff in a note, but this time I switched it to doing screenshots of stuff and putting it into an album on my phone, and
Which actually helped out a lot for some of the places.
I gotta say we did like so much on there.
Mm-hmm.
So much.
Yeah, like there was even like a whole we called it a world tour this morning because she had it all planned out where we were going to go. We ended up going to the second place first, but it all worked out in the end.
It did work out. They were all very close to each other.
And then Alexander said that's a good fan, which spoiler alert, we did get a fan. Well, I didn't get the fan. I don't know who bought it. Was it Boo?
Jamal did.
Jamal bought it. It is a black box fan and it is awesome.
It's a really good
And
fan.
he's going to be taking it home for Oliver.
Then Alexander said we could not watch White Chicks, so this is a funny story. Maybe not for them. White Chicks, we couldn't watch it. The only way we could watch it, because we're in Canada now, is
in Canada
is if you bought it. So I told Jamal, like, oh, it's like $13 on Vudu or whatever it's called, Fandango at home now, whatever.
Yeah, Jeremy says everyone send me the money.
No, Jamal said everyone send him like $4. I'm like, all right. And then I bought it, and then we couldn't watch it because we're out of the country.
And he did not give us a refund.
No.
I said we can watch it another day. Then Boo said, Roku, please sponsor me. She said, I like going to the mall. And then she said, my name is Boo, and I want a burrito.
That was this morning. I was very hungry, waiting for Jeremy to go.
Responded, I also want a burrito.
We had one from Starbucks.
She said the cooler didn't make it. The cooler did not make it. We did not have enough room, but it ended up being okay. It's probably better we didn't take the cooler because that would have been we didn't need.
Yeah.
Whenever we made a stop at certain stops, we would just get like a drink or something, which I guess I can point that out real quick. We made one stop, and it ties into another story. But basically, I ended up getting a vitamin water and a Gardetto. Mm. And then the other day we went to get gas. I went to put gas in whatever, and then I get in. I'm like, smells like Gardetto's in here. I look at Felicia, she's eating Gardetto's. They're like, oh, it was in the chip bag. I said, that Gardetto's was mine. I bought that the other day. And she said, well, Boo said it was in the chip bag.
I gave you some.
I said, when has there ever been a Gardetto in a Lay's chip bag?
I don't know.
In my defense, it was in the box. That was the only one in there.
Jeremy said he likes the pretzels and they're the best. So I ate the rest of the stuff and gave him the pretzel.
I didn't eat the pretzels.
He wouldn't eat them, so I ate them.
Refused.
Then she said, Jeremy did not get McDonald's right away. Dan, you're just talking about me the whole time. She said, can't wait to see where you did the podcast in Canada. Well, here's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Jamal. Thanks for another great pod. Oh, here's Tatiana. Luna says hi.
Hi, Luna.
She's a question for you since you are in Canada right now. Would you go again? Absolutely 100%.
Yes.
I would come next weekend.
I was saying, we were even saying like we could literally do a weekend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like a 6-hour drive, but if we left early, say Saturday morning or even late Friday night, and then did stuff Friday, Sunday, and then just drove back Sunday night, whatever, it'd be fine.
Ideally, if you ended up taking off that Friday.
I'd say that'd actually be easier because you get another day. Who knows? There's ideas.
Labor Day is coming up.
You never know. Then she said, I like early flights because then you are there longer. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
She said, nope, that's me. Elfie wanted to be on camera. I couldn't say no. That was in response to the vlog on 4th of July.
when she filmed it.
She said, I love a cold room and going to sleep makes me fall asleep faster. I agree, but some people don't like the cold room. She said, why at 9:26 Felicia went upside down? I thought it was funny for Felicia to go upside down in the vlog. What was the moment? Let's see. Oh, you just said and you went upside down. By the way, one thing that does suck here is their Wi-Fi is at the hotel.
Oh.
I just randomly did it.
Jeremy's about the...
Yeah, because the vlog, I've been trying to upload every day and it's not happening.
Maybe you're just... I think it has to do with all the water. Because I feel like whenever you're by close to water, like your service isn't that great.
Yeah, I mean, plus we're in not the States, so like our data itself hasn't been the best.
I feel like it's been nice though with not having as much access to it.
The only time I really care is I want to check social media just to check, or like if I want to upload a vlog, but when it's not that, honestly, it's not too bad. Well, the only other time
when he wants to see his memes.
That the other day when we were trying to get home and none of our phones would work, so we had to phone a friend, Tatiana and Jonathan, to get us home.
Oh yeah, John Maps.
But shout out to you guys. Yeah, John Maps. Which first of all, we'll get into the story more, but I just want to dangle this little carrot here. At one point he said, okay, go right. We said, okay, we're going right. No, go left. And then afterwards, oh, what? I had the map upside down. You went the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know.
He blamed Tanya's phone.
Then Tanya said, take a train. That's a cool tattoo idea. She said, someone should did 2 more comments to make it 50. Well, no one did.
Tanya, why didn't you just do the 2 more comments?
Yeah. She said, bring me some Canada food, please. We'll see. Has been tiramisu at a couple places. We're like, oh, Tatiana would love that.
I had not found the tiramisu candy bar yet, though, Tanya.
There you go.
Don't know where it is.
Then Karina said, hope you guys are having lots of fun in Canada. What? Take my credit card and let's go get that shirt. It sounds so cool. That's the My Chemical Romance shirt. I still have the Black Parade CD. I got it when it first came out. I think it was in middle school. I got it when it first came out, too. What'd you end up doing for Jamal's birthday? What did we do?
We did.
You probably remember that. Honestly, some of these days just kind of blended in one. Just
we went out for breakfast.
Oh, we did. Was that
This when we went to Toast, right?
We went to Toast to eat breakfast.
Oh, that was Toast Day. Yep.
And then we drove to London.
Oh, that's right. That was London Day. That's right.
We went to London, checked out their indoor market, went to a coffee shop there,
awesome.
Walked around.
Alexandra bought me a blue raspberry
Italian soda,
which was delicious.
And what else? We rode scooters that day? Or no?
No, we rode scooters yesterday. Then
I
think we came home after that. Oh, we walked around, saw a brick road. Felicia got glass in her toe for a little bit.
Yeah, that was great.
And then we drove home, and then we went to, I think we chilled for a little bit.
And we ended up eating Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, which the service was not good at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about it, but we were like basically one of the only ones in there. It took forever to get our food. And then we got our fries before our meal, which was weird.
That was weird. I thought the burgers were coming right after, but they did not.
No, and then I got cheese fries, but the cheese went on top of the fries, and I hate when they do that. The last time I had Johnny Rockets, they put cheese on the side.
So Jeremy was not happy.
So Jamal was disappointed, but we'll talk about it later. Felicia did redeem Jamal's burger yesterday.
I did.
We're almost done with the comments, so I got 2 more, so it's even better. She said, did you end up watching White Chicks? No, I did not, because of how it was not available in our country. And then she said, Roku was great. I put one on every TV at my parents' house. I have one in the living room at my house and also in my room. I think, Doug has one in his room.
Jamal always asks, Jeremy, are you sponsored by Roku?
He said it again on this vacation. I'm sorry, I love Roku. They just work. That's the main thing.
Please sponsor the podcast.
You watched a lot of The Office this vacation, too. Well, I have.
That is true.
Yeah. So that is all the comments that we have from last week's episode.
Yeah. So I would like everyone on this episode to comment down below what is something that you would like to do if you came to Canada. And if you don't know, look some stuff up. I can say that there are some times where people are like, are you guys from the States?
Yeah.
And I always hate that because I always want to like blend in.
Right.
But Jamal had asked that one lady, how did you know? She's like, well, you had American money and your accent.
Yeah, she said, you say, can I have? Not say, can I have? Or something like that.
Because they would say sorry.
One thing they do better in Canada is
apologize.
Well, that too. Was your debit cards. If you go somewhere to eat, they are not allowed to touch your debit card at all.
Yeah, which is crazy.
We found that out the first day when we went to a dog's place. And like we went to she's like, oh, we're using cards? We're like, yeah. She's like, oh, I have to get the thing. And we're like, what? She's like, yeah, we're not allowed to touch it here. It's like a law because
like a fraud thing.
It's a fraud thing. We're like, oh, we didn't know that. And then she's like, I assume you guys are from the States because the way she said, I've never heard anyone like say that before. We're like, yeah. She said when she first started, she took someone's card and her manager was like, you need to take that back immediately. You can't touch that. I'm like, oh.
But it makes sense though. I'm like, how much stuff do we do? And it's like, oh, that's why everyone's information gets stolen.
Which is nice too, because like it's easier for us to split it up that way instead of on one bill, because then they bring like a portable thing and they just put the number in and then you scan it and that's it. Boop. Way easier. Plus then you don't touch your card. I've used my Apple Pay just about for everything here. It's awesome.
Yeah, honestly.
But something cool that did happen was after we walked out, Felicia and Alexander were like, oh, there's some cool art on the walls here. Let's go check it out.
Love seeing art.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then we're just walking down. We're like, look at the art, whatever. And we hear this guy using like
sawing away
some up. Turns out it was a sign. And all of a sudden he was like, oh, hey, how's it going? We're like, oh, good, whatever. He's like, oh, like, what are you guys doing around here? Like, oh, just checking out the art. And then they introduced himself as David. David, right? Yeah. Daniel. Sorry. I don't know why I keep thinking David. It's Daniel. Anyway, sorry. Enjoy Denial. And he's like, oh, I'm an artist and I'm doing this, whatever. He's like, you guys want to come check out my studio?
Yeah, first he was like, do you want to like poke your head in and look? And I thought he meant like he was going to open the door and just like look in and be like, oh yeah, it looks cool in there. Thanks.
No, but he like let us go in and he like show us the art because he's an artist on the walls and he like pointed to all the art that he did and like explained some of it. The one I really like was a Starbucks logo cut in half. He said, yep, I call that crack.
Yeah, I really like how he explained all the art. And then he's like, oh, do you guys want to see my top secret project? And we were like, yeah, okay. And he's like, go back outside and wait by the gate. And
if we were in the United States, we'd be like, get out of here.
If we were in the States, I'd be like, wow, this guy's going to kill us. But then like he opened the gate and then there was this like, almost like, what would you call that thing that he opened up? It was just like a big square.
I feel like it was like a box car.
Shipping container.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a shipping container. And he opened it and he's like, go ahead and go inside. And we're walking in and he's like, yeah, this is like soundproof, watertight, all this and that. Mm-hmm. He's like, come on in. And we walked in.
And then he's like, you want to see the basement?
And we're like, yeah. So I know it sounds so sketchy, but if you were there,
right,
it was a different experience.
So then it's funny though, because we walked in the basement and he closed the door behind us. He's like, got more.
He said, I got some. You hear the door slam behind you.
But he ended up showing us his top secret project, which was as he called it, an art B&B. Mm-hmm. So he said in 2020, all of his friends, or most of his friends, either like turned to drugs or became horrible people. He said, or, try to overthrow the government. And he said instead of him, he locked himself in the studio and just made this Airbnb. And honestly, I would stay there. It's really cool because like
it was so.
It's cool. Like literal. Like the bathroom, he had a door for a porta potty, and you walk in, it feels like you're in a porta potty, but obviously it was much better than that.
Yeah, it's like a real bathroom.
And then like, oh, this is a nice room. He's like, yeah. Then we have another room over here. It's like this another big room. He said he's gonna like paint each individual square on the ground to like a different color.
Yeah, because he had 2 like rugs in there that were a bunch of colors, so it's gonna go with that. Then he had the one, and I was like, "Oh, cool bookcase." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, beep beep beep," and bookcase opens up.
Turns out that's how you make.
It was a laundry room.
We never got to see it because Jamal closed.
Yeah, Jamal closed the door on me, and I don't want to ask him to reopen it.
But then he was talking about that, and then like as we're getting ready to leave, whatever, he's like, "Yeah," he's like, like I'm from here and blah blah blah, whatever. And then he's like, we have this like art get together sort of connect thing going on. This was Monday, right? Mm-hmm. And then he said on Thursday, he said you should guys come out.
Wednesday.
I meant it was Wednesday.
What is today?
Thursday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, my days are all mixed up. I'm all over the place. Anyway, on Monday, he said Wednesday from 5 to 7, come on down. And we're like, okay. So we went. It was actually a really cool time. They took you all around Windsor, a bunch of
like a walking mural tour.
His name is @Enjoy Denial. Turns out he's like really famous. He has like 25,500 followers on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Also turns out he's in a lawsuit with Mercedes because he did a mural on the wall and then Mercedes took a picture of their car and then he like was like, hey, like I want money. So he sued them and they countersued him and it's still like in litigation and like going to Supreme Court.
Because he's like, you're making money off my art, and they're like, oh, what's in a public space? Me, if I just took a picture of it and posted it, like I'm not gonna make money off it, whatever. Right. But I feel like if they're making money off of his, they should.
I agree. Tatiana, I want to know what you think about this. Comment down below.
Comment down below.
Let us know. I know Tatiana would have like loved it though, because she loves when people explain art. We did.
was awesome.
The tour guide, I cannot remember his name, but he was great.
I'm sorry, man, yeah, but he was great. Honestly, I would do it again. He explained
everything, like, oh, he did this because of this, and that's because of that.
Right.
And then, like, afterwards, you get to, like, the party thing, and it was, food was catered it was the soul food by Mr. Spoons. Jamal ate there today, actually, because he ended up like, saying, like, hey, why don't you stop on by my restaurant? So Jamal did that, but they had like spray paint your own art there. You could walk around and look at all his art. And like Jeremy said, we all bought some art.
It was fun, which was cool too, because if you bought 4, you got 1 free. So we all just put ours together. And yeah, Felicia's still sick. We all put our art together.
Just a touch.
And then Jamal like paid for it or whatever. And then the lady called him Big Art Daddy.
She said, all right there, Big Art Daddy.
It was funny. And then he took a picture with all 3 of us, like separate, but it was funny because he did 3 different things. Like he did spray can for Felicia, did like the bunny ears for Boo, and then for me, he held a plant. Really cool dude.
He was so cool. And I think all the pieces we got are signed. Most of them are.
I think both of mine are.
They are.
I did get one of the same ones as Jamal. It's like it's a $1 bill, but it's like a bunch of colorful and shit. But it was the last one. I'm like, if I don't get it, I'm like, damn, I should have got that.
We're obviously gonna get frames for them, and they're gonna look so cool.
We don't have them for this episode because they're in the car. But next episode, this is for me reminding both of us. Next episode, we'll have to put it in. We'll have to remind each other.
Yes, and hopefully yours will end up being framed behind you in your home studio.
Yeah. I still need to hang those other that I have up in the studio, but yes. So hopefully that'll be up there.
I'll send a picture of mine so they can include it.
Send it Thursday morning or something, or Wednesday afternoon or something, so we remember.
It'll probably be Wednesday afternoon.
That works. So we remember.
Yeah, hopefully she remembers.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I wanted to point that out for this episode because that was super fun. The only thing that was kind of funny was we walked up and there's like this big group, and they were saying how I guess there was like engineers and architects and like that, and we're just like us. Because he asked what we do too, and we like said we did, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I should have said like I post like content like that, but
I'm a content creator.
/ honestly sometime. Yeah, we are content creators.
Well, content could be anything.
Exactly, that's true.
But I mean, they were all like nice. Like even when we were standing there, kind of like looking, and the one lady was like, "Oh, come sign your names, because then you guys can get a free like drink, like non-alcoholic drink, and like food and like a treat." Mm-hmm. The treat was like homemade lemon ice, really good. It was
really good.
Jeremy didn't get to eat his.
I got to eat a little bit, and then I dropped the wooden thing they gave you for it. But other than that, it was great. And then Felicia even made herself her own personal little Vincent sign too.
I did, yeah.
And I talked her into using a $sign as the S.
He did. And there was a guy, I said this one guy there, he totally thought he was like Machine Gun Kelly. Mm-hmm. He is Jeremy was his biggest fan.
He was something. Do you have anything to add about that night, Alexander? Because I realize that I'm doing most of the talking.
No, it's completely fine. No, it was just like, I felt like, I love that there wasn't like a lot of, I feel like if we went to that at home, there would have been a lot of alcohol involved. Like, yes, they had alcohol if you wanted to buy it, but there wasn't a lot of drinking. Mostly everybody was drinking soda and really just eating good food.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like anyone had like that big of an ego, you know? Like everyone was just chill.
Yeah.
Even like him, because I feel like back home in the States, well, I guess you could say anywhere, like certain people, like they have like quote unquote a following like that, or even like kind of, because turns out he's done like murals like all over the world.
Yeah.
I feel like people
even Miami.
Yeah, I feel like people like that, like some of them just get like a massive ego, and they're just like they're just like a.
Yeah, but he was
super cool. Like he invited us to his shop, like he showed it, like when he even invited us to a shop that first day, like when we just randomly walking by, like he even took us to the part like his prints or whatever. He didn't like push it on us. He's like, oh, there's prints if you want to buy them. And he's like, just gave us a few minutes. He walked back in. We were just kind of looking around. He's like, oh, if you guys are done, I can go take you to the super secret project. We're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, you could tell he just really like wanted to like show his like art and
talk
like
about it. It was awesome.
Yeah, talk about it.
Enjoyed it. I'll make sure to put his information in the link or description down below.
Yeah, I was so happy we got to meet and like hang out with him. Like, and even like at the art show, like he was like making a point to like go around and like try to talk to everybody.
Right.
Which was super cool.
Yeah, it was really cool because like we walked in after like he was saying hi or whatever, and then Jamal was like, oh, I just want to really thank you for inviting us. He's like, oh, you guys are from Alabama, right? And he started making jokes about it, and then he was asking like how we're doing, whatever, and it's like, oh, it's just cool. Like he actually remembered us like that. That's cool.
Yeah, which was cool. I told Jeremy, I said definitely he gives like vibes to me of like back when we were like at like a lot of shows like back in the day, like in Chicago, like music scene area.
Oh yeah.
He definitely gives me like those types of vibes.
Me too. Everyone was super cool. We knew a lot of the music scene back in the day. Unfortunately, a lot of people like don't even play music anymore, or if they do, it's just like different bands, whatever. But those are fun times. We still got to do an episode about that, like all the local music.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We haven't done that yet. We got a big list, but yeah, that's fun.
We do.
Yeah.
But I would definitely suggest for you to check out his art. You can just look up his like Instagram and stuff too. Like
the
obviously if you're not in the
stickers right
area.
here.
Oh, there you go.
And it was cool too because at that thing was like it was so many different people, like all kinds of different like peoples from like different like backgrounds, like
no one
ethnicities.
felt that they were better than anyone either.
Yeah, like there was like a guy wearing like a suit. He just took the jacket off.
Yeah.
And then there was like us, and then
we were not dressed up
was
at all.
cool.
I was in a t-shirt and biker shorts.
It was cool though too, because like we kind of walked up and we're like, oh, like hope this is it, whatever. And then like we're just kind of in the back, and then in my mind I'm like, hope we're not like interrupting this, because I felt like we were like, I felt like we weren't supposed to be there. But the people put on the event, I forget was it
We Tech Alliance.
That's what it is. We Tech Alliance. Shout out to them. They're really awesome. But one of them came up to Felicia and was asking like, oh, you guys joined the tour? We're like, yeah. We're like, we didn't know if we need to do name tags or whatever. She's like, oh, let me double check, but you can do the tour. And then she came back. She's like, oh, if you do your name tag, you can get a ticket for a free drink and a free treat. We're like, okay. At first, Jamal was like, no. And she's like, do it. You get a free drink and a treat.
Yeah, they were nice about it. I feel like most of the time people would be like, because technically you're supposed to RSVP.
Yeah.
But I think she went to go look and see if they had any extra. And then she was like, yeah, go do it.
Yeah, because she told us, she's like, if there's not enough space, you can just go on the tour. You just don't get the free drink, whatever. She's like, but there is. I'll come and get you. And then, which worked out for us, was great.
Yeah.
Super, super fun.
And I heard her at the end too, because when I was making my art and she said something, and then I heard her saying, she was like, see, she was like, you just came up on this thing and look at all this fun you guys can have downtown. I think she thought we lived here.
I think so too. And then at the same time, like Felicia's painting her thing, whatever, Jamal is like talking to this guy and he's telling him how he wants barbecue, whatever. Turns out that's the guy who catered the event.
Yeah.
And then he starts showing him like what he's making, whatever.
He did. He brought out his phone.
Jamal I thought his mouth was watering. I thought he was going to start drooling. He was like, oh my God. And then he's like, I had some ribs, but they weren't good. He's like, where'd you get it? He's like, Boston Pizza. He gave him a look like, what the wrong with you?
What are you doing, man?
But we ended up going today. We went for lunch. Turns out they sold out super quick. We went back for dinner.
Yeah, missed it.
Jamal, man, he was so happy. At first, he's like, I don't know if we'll go back. He's like, what if they're sold out? Then he went in, and right away, which I think the guy gave him a deal, because they said, like, this is how much this was for this stuff, whatever. And the guy was like...
Yeah, I think he, like, I don't know if he, like, made up another deal or what.
But it was cool.
Oh, I was trying to see, but the thing locked out.
I got my phone. We still got,
okay.
like, if you want to do 30 minutes, we got, like, 3 minutes left.
Oh, wow. That was quick.
Yeah, so, like, 30 would be, like, 30. Unless you want to do...
Yeah, because Jamal's not in here. He said he wanted to be surprised, so he just went downstairs to
make some
go
phone calls. He said he's been
phone calls.
pushing off some phone calls because we've been on vacation. Because, like we said, we've been busy. Plus, service is kind of spotty at certain points. For calls
which obviously sometimes you want them, but then it's also nice to like
get home sometimes.
Not deal with it. I would say not deal with people calling.
Well, that too. Because like the last couple of days, well, pretty much the whole trip is at a certain point, especially the last few days. Like we'll be trying to get home, and everyone's like, "I got no service. What about you?" Like otherwise, like if it's me or Boo, like, "Oh, we got it. Okay, go turn here, whatever." But it's other than that, it's been nice also not having your phone go off every few minutes because like someone's texting you, whatever. That has been nice.
Yeah, but I will say though that I'm glad we did switch. And we were talking about switching this hotel, and I'm glad we did to the Caesar because
very fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do here. There's a Tim's downstairs, which is great. I already had 2 iced coffees today.
Yes. That's right. It's not Tim Hortons. It's Tim's. We're locals now.
Or Timmy's.
Yeah. Tim or Timmy's, I guess is what they call it.
I was telling them, I never realized that Detroit is like so close to like Canada. Like it's legit across the water. It's ridiculous.
I'm looking at it right now.
At the end of this episode, I'll probably grab you guys and show you where our hotel room is because by then we're already gone, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, if you check out our vlogs, Jeremy Leach and then Broke Girl Travels.
I thought it was gonna puke on me.
No. She'll have her vlogs up probably by next weekend, or maybe this weekend. Who knows?
They could be. Yeah. I mean, I feel like
it's fun.
Yeah, there was. I know some days there's not as much footage because like if we're like in stores a lot, I don't like to film in stores a lot.
Especially a lot of them too here. Like I'll say, I know some back in the States, but here that's like more obvious. They're like, oh, you're smiling your camera, you can like see the thing. I'm like, I just feel like whatever. I don't want to film. Plus, I feel like oh, dumb Americans filming us.
I know.
But they do have malls here that are still operational, not like the Regency back home.
Yeah, still like a lot of people. Every store is like
filled. Like I didn't, there was like maybe 1 or 2 spots that were not filled, and it was like a big mall.
Yeah, and there's people in there. Like you can tell, like that's just people still be going.
Yep.
So it's just us, I guess.
What do you think, Boo?
Sorry, I keep getting lost. I'm just listening to you guys talk, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good comment to make."
I'm waiting for Boo to start cutting in, but there's just like silence. I guess I'm gonna keep talking.
No, because I was talking in my head. Then I was gonna say something, but then you guys moved to the next thing, so we'll just continue on this progress.
Jeremy said, "Just go ahead and just slap them."
Yeah, just go ahead and hit me or something like that.
But I do have to say though, I'm hoping that I don't want it to be like last time we came here and we didn't come back for like what 5 years, 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
That's too long.
Yeah, especially how close it is this time. This was just kind of like on a whim. Like, where could we go? Because normally in the summer we go in Lake Geneva, which also is very, very fun.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason this year, like, we just want to do something different. And we're like, we don't want to fly because we were looking at flights and they were way too expensive.
Yeah,
like, how can we save some money? And we'll drive them. Like, we'll take my car. And then we found out here was like 6-hour drive. I mean, it's like it's under 6, but like bathroom breaks, it's basically 6 hours.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, it's right outside Detroit, whatever. And there's like some place in Detroit we haven't hit yet that we plan on hitting probably tomorrow after we leave the States again before we go home. But yeah, we're like, oh, let's go to Windsor, whatever. And then we came here, we're like, damn, this place is awesome.
Yeah, like obviously we could have went way more inland, but we were like, why? Because it's just extra time to get there. We didn't want to go up through New York.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that again.
It was going to take so long.
Yep. Plus we're like, why?
And like Toronto is just like,
it was nice.
It would have been, it would be nice too, but it's also like this huge city. So like it would cost more to stay and it'd take forever to get there.
Plus I feel like where we're at kind of feels like home, like Kenosha in a way, just because it's kind of like small in a way. But it turns out there's like 500,000 people here.
Which I did not than I thought.
Realize.
Yeah, because he asked how many back home. Felicia's like, oh, back in Kenosha, I think it's like 98,000 or something. He's like, oh, she's like, what? I thought that was a lot. He's like, no, it's like 500,000 people here.
He's like, that's small.
Like, that's small.
I was like, oh, I don't know.
My bad.
But
yeah, that's what we got to say about that. But it has been an amazing trip. It's sad to go home because we leave tomorrow, which is very sad.
Womp womp.
What are we gonna do?
So please use our code so we don't forget.
Yes, nice.
At Magic Candle Company for 15% off.
So we don't forget 15% off. I say it like that because Felicia told me today, sounds like you're saying 50% off.
So I always just
don't
repeat.
forget 15% off Magic Candle Company.
And go ahead, give us that little bit of kickback so we can sponsor some trips and maybe get on back out here sooner.
Do some more podcast live.
Yeah.
Spend a little extra so they can afford to bring me too.
There you go. I'm just peeking out there to see what the wind looks like.
Yeah, we were talking about going on the... Because we end up getting a pass because it's cheaper for the bird scooters, which we did the scooters and the bikes. If you check out the vlog, you see it. I brought the GoPro today. But if you pay $10 Canadian, then you get 24 hours as long as you do 30-minute trips.
Yeah.
If you go over, then it costs money, which this last time we rode it, I made the mistake. I didn't set the timer right. And turns out that, I don't want to say it like that. Turns out that we had 30 seconds to park the scooters, take a picture.
As soon as we parked it, he said, you got 30 seconds, end it.
I was like,
I'm like, Jesus, Jeremy.
Some kid ran in front of Felicia too, and his dad like, don't you understand what they're Josh? Don't you know what the bell means?
I went ding ding.
Because I'm looking around, like I can feel my alarm going off. I was like gonna try and look, and all of a sudden hear Felicia. I look, her scooter's kind of like sideways.
You almost freaking got me killed.
It's that kid's fault, 100%. But
it's pretty. It'll go pretty quick. I know I got up to like 27 kilometers. I don't really know if that's in miles per hour.
Oh yeah, it's like kilometers out here too. Oh, another thing I want to point out that I really, really like. Jamal keeps making fun of me for it. Every time I buy something, it says it's Canadian, and then it converts it on my Apple Card to American.
US?
And I love it because every time it's like some of them been like $10 cheaper. I'm like, I love this.
He's a
little American discount,
saving money.
Yeah, I'm being American, so I get a discount. I love it because you look at some prices like it's kind of steep, and then you realize, oh, that's not the price. It's great. Like this hat, I love this hat.
Well, alarm going off out there.
I don't know. Is that our alarm? I guess that's them trying to say shut the up in there.
He's telling them.
Oh, something I am excited about is tonight there is a show. So the cafe, Cafe 377 is open till 8 p.m. And they're closing soon, and I get to get a carrot cake. It is 7:33.
Boo said, well, that means we got to wrap it up.
That's been great, guys. So.
Also, the adult field trip was the walking thing we did. It felt like a field trip because there was a guide. He would stand in the middle of the street as we crossed the street.
Well, we can either end it here or we can go an extra few minutes and talk about something else. It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys think.
We can end it. Jeremy can peek you guys out the window. Let you see how it looks out there.
Also, mac and cheese from that guy was very good.
So I guess we can do our outro here, and I'll say my name, and you can talk as I bring the camera, and I guess talk about what's out there then.
Okay, you want the outro now?
Yeah, outro now, and then I'll grab the camera.
Okay, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. As Jeremy says, all that fun stuff. We are So You Don't Forget. I'm Felicia.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Boo.
Thanks for Boo for joining, even though we talked way over her. We'll definitely have to have you on again, but it'll have to be better than your phone quality. We'll have to get you a microphone and stuff like that.
That's correct.
I am going to grab the camera now, and then Felicia's going to just point out there, and Felicia can tell you what we're looking at.
That's right. So as Jeremy grabs the camera right now, you're just looking at me. Yeah, that's me. And my hat. As you see, we're here in the hotel. We're on the 10th story. Funny story is the guy told us we were on the ground floor. Found out we weren't. That body of water you're seeing out there is the Detroit River. Right across there is the, I'm trying to say moved a little bit. You can see some of, Jeremy's really trying here, Detroit City. You also can see that there's a large ship out there. There's like boats and stuff in there. There are cargo ships that go by. I didn't know there's cargo ships that go through all of the Great Lakes to deliver stuff. Yeah, and I did. I saw the guy on TikTok, which was funny. After we saw him last night, I saw him on there. If you see that path out there, if Jeremy's showing it to you, that's the path we rode the scooters on. We'll be riding ours. And yeah, it's just beautiful. I love being close by a body of water. I don't know what it is about it.
There's no scooters.
What?
There's no scooters? Oh, yeah, there is. I'm looking at the wrong spot. Sorry, guys.
Oh, but there's not very many.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 7.
But some of them are smaller. So yeah, that's our view.
There's a lot of
I will say that there's more of the Detroit City. We're kind of where the side of our building we're on. You can't see too much, but when we go down the hall, we can see it. So I'm sure you'll definitely see it if you check out our vlogs. So once again, thanks. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
Tower.